Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. A very good evening to all of you. So this is the last part, last episode related to the AFM orientation. I hope that videos it's really eye-opening for you. That's what about the right direction related to AFM preparation. It's not only about what are inside the syllabus. It's a deep analysis, and in fact, with the last video, with that particular video, the more detailed insights how to handle the thing we will cover. Now, come on. So here with the screen, it's what is this? What can you please read it once? That's AFM exam answer technique. Exam answer technique. Of course, the new learning tool has established that is called the professional skill marks. So you people know very well that out of 100, 20 marks professional and 80 marks technical. So one by one, with this, by next 10 to 15 minutes, we will consider that how you have to practice your exam accordingly. Okay, so now come on. First, the very first thing. This is all about how to develop the right direction to attempt the exam question. Okay. Now, very first thing. Do remember that whenever you are attempting any of the question of the AFM, any of the question, that's a practicing the questions, that exam simulation. Exam simulating, practice question, and examination hall. First of all, you have to invest your time with two parts. Bear in your mind. You have to means invest your time during exam, during practice, during simulation in two parts. Number one, plan your answer before attack. First thing is plan before war. Whenever you are moving towards the war, your exam is just like a war for you. You have to win the war. So before entering into the war, and if you have intention that I have to win the war, use the brain, good planning, and you have to give a substantial time, a very good enough time for the planning. Examiner recommendation is that 20% of the time, 20% of the total paper time must have to invest, not spend, invest for planning. Good planning means good chances to win the war, to get the success, and 80% for the wartime. Candidates, if 100 students at the examination hall, and out of 100 students, if you are a single one who is not in hurry for the exam, and you have invested a good time for planning, remaining 99 are in hurry and not a proper plan. Believe me, at the end of the examination, means after 3 hours, you will be in a better position. I'm not saying the remaining 99 will pass or fail. I'm not saying that. But your chances of the pass will be higher. So, you have to practice the questions, getting the knowledge from the lectures, then practicing or simulation the questions with this manner. First plan, then attack. Moreover, whenever you are planning your answer before attack, the very first thing is that there are two things. Sir, during plan for the 20% time, what are the ingredients of the planning? What things we need to plan? Two things you need to plan. Number one, whatever the question you are attempting, you have to identify the time, because time management is very important. Time management is very, very important here. Time management is very important here. If you spend more time, for example, if the allocated time of any question is 10 minutes, but you haven't completed the question on time with the 10 minutes, and you are spending 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes, extra 5 minutes. So actually you are compromising the other part of the question. At the end of the exam, 5 marks, 4 marks question remain unattended. That's a very dangerous position. So first thing is time, second thing is marks. Now in detail, what is time? Number one, the very important thing. Total time you have. Total time. You have 3 hours. 60 minutes for each hour, multiply by 3, that's 180 minutes. I know that you have extra 15 minutes as well. But I am actually, for the safe side, I'm not exaggerating the things. Just you have bare minimum at least 180 minutes. For 180 minutes, how much marks to attempt? How much marks to attempt? You have 80 technical marks. You have 80 technical marks. And you have 20 professional marks. So, but do remember, you don't need to attempt something extra for professional marks. In fact, the professional marks you need to attempt actually indulging with the technical marks. Indulging with the technical marks means if you are, for example, calculating with a spreadsheet. So presentation of the spreadsheet, the functionality of the spreadsheet, using the functionality, labeling of workings, that's main NPV, and main NPV table, you mention the working one, for example, tax saving from capital accounts, label. And for working one, you separately mention working one, tax saving from capital accounts. So marker easily identify the links of the calculations. Moreover, I will tell you later that report writing, the headings, the appendix headings of the calculations. So for example, you are doing calculation, and if you are doing the calculation in a professional manner, as suggested by instructor, using the spreadsheet function, all these things, you will automatically not getting technical marks, but also the professional marks. So do remember, you have to attempt the same case for theory. If you are writing something, so your writing includes quality drafting of analysis, evaluation, skepticism, commercial acumen. I'm not here to discuss in detail about what are these. That's the another session. And it's available on the YouTube about AFM professional skill marks by Hussein Qazi. You can watch here. So 20 professional marks actually part of 80 technical marks. So I must say, effectively, you need to attempt 80 technical marks, indulging the 20 professional marks, either calculation or theory. Can you please reply me if you got that point? Even you people are watching the video on my YouTube channel. Any problem, you can ask me on the WhatsApp accordingly. WhatsApp. Or comment on the YouTube channel. No worries. So effectively 80 marks to attempt. Effectively. If you are effectively need to attempt 80 marks and you have total 180 minutes, So that means you have 180 divided by 80 marks, 2.25 minutes for each mark. For each mark includes technical and professional. So for example, you are attempting 10 marks question. So calculate 10 multiplied by 2.25. That you have 22.5 minutes. Then plan how I can manage to avail the 22.5 marks according to marks. Marks point I will discuss just after a few seconds. So out of 2.25 minutes per mark, you have to allocate the time with this point. 20% planning time, 80% attempt time, means war time. You have to spend 20% planning and 80% war. That is what about the time management. Number 2, marks management. During the plan, you have to identify whatever I'm attempting the question, that's the time. Total 22.5 minutes, for example, 10 marks. 20% I have to spend for planning. That's 5 minutes I have to plan out of 22.5, 20%. And remaining 17 minutes for wartime, means attempt. Now, sir, during the plan time, what I should plan? 2 things you need to plan. Number 1, what to write about technical marks. First of all, always, whenever you are simulating or practicing the AFM or exam the question of AFM, the first very important thing, you need to start thinking about technical marks. Number 1, how much to write? How much to write? That means according to the allocated marks. How much to write, for example, is something 10 marks. So you have to write with the capacity of 10 marks. Number 2, what to write? That's a key point. What to write? Start thinking what to write. Imagination, it's important. What to write means here, identify the key points. Identify the key points. Yes, identify here the key points. What are the key points that I have to mention here? You have to think about, before writing you have to think. Once you identify the technical points, then you need to consider further the professional skill marks. Technical plus professionals. What are the key PSM? PSM means professional skill marks. There are 4 possible professional skill marks. If the 50 marks question, 4, or the 25 marks question, maximum 3. The communication, analysis, evaluation, skepticism, commercial acumen. Do remember, these professional skill marks, indulging with technical marks. That's all I've already discussed. So all the professional skill marks actually part of this technical marks. The important point is this cat, the impression of this cat. What is the impression of this cat? What is this impression of this cat? What she is doing? Yes, she is actually planning something to attack somewhere. Thinking something. So same case. That slide is very much important for you. Now, with this point, we can apply with a raw example. We are not discussing some question here. A raw example. For example, you are attempting 10 marks question. So point is that 10 marks question means with this 10 marks, 8 equals to technical marks, and it's not 10, it's 2. Sorry, 2 professional marks. 10 technical marks, 2 professional marks. So if this is the question, what to do? First, plan your answer before that. 10 marks question. Time management. Marks management. For 10 marks, 2.25. That 22.5 minutes. How much marks to attempt? Technical marks. Professional marks. Professional need to indulge. Time allocation. The time is 20% planning. That means 5 minutes I have to spend for planning. What to write, how much to write. 80% for what time. Okay, come on. Marks management. Number 1, I have to think the technical marks. Technical, first of all, how much to write according to the marks. If the 10 marks question, you have to write 5 to 6 well explained points. 5 to 6 well explained point. Sir, what is the meaning of well explained point? That will discuss during the course session. It's not the part of the orientation. Well explained points. Well communicate. Effective communicate. That should be complete, concise. That's covered later. So 5 to 6 well explained point. Moreover, sir, 5 to 6 more point. But what to write here? Read the requirement carefully. Read the requirement and imagination. Identify the key point. Like the cat is thinking. What to write, what not to write. Identify the key points. Think about here. Once you identify 5 to 6 well explained points, that's the key points of the point. For example, you wanted to write the NPV limitation. So think about it. Think about it. NPV limitations. What are the limitations? For example, tax rates may change. For example, inflation in corporate here may change. Discount rate may change. The time period is 5 years investment appraisal. What after 5 years? These are the points you need to thinking. That's the point of key points need to think. And do remember, that is the not part of the orientation, but do remember, all the professional exams of ACCA, rote learning, having the marks but very limited. So whatever the concept you are writing, you have to connect the things with the case. For example, if you are writing NPV limitation, you have to connect the NPV limitation with the case, with the name of the case, with the scenario accordingly. Do remember, rote learning has limited marks, and not enough to pass the exam. So first of all, identify the technical points. Then indulging the professional skill marks. Need to think, what are the professional skill marks? About skepticism, commercial acumen. So identify the key professional skill marks. So 10 marks, technical points you need to think, conclusive point. Technical points you need to think and indulge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the technical points. And icing on cake, the professional marks. Icing on cake, the professional marks. So candidates, can you please reply me? Have you got an idea how to practice the exam question accordingly with the technical and professional marks? Can you please reply me? Even you people are watching the video, you can comment me on the YouTube or on the WhatsApp accordingly. That's the point. So, candidates, the point is that that's all. That's now we are concluding our session. What we have learned, especially with the last part, what is the right approach for the preparation of the exam? If you are a pilot and it's a runway, it's a time to land, what's the right approach? And here the case, how become part of under 40%, that quality approach. A quick review. Number one, first of all, first thing, don't avoid the theory. For example, some of the business studies having calculations are calculation-based theoretical topics. Like variance analysis, ratio analysis, variance analysis of variance interpretation, ratios interpretation. These are calculation-based theory. But this AFM and FM is reverse. Theoretical based calculation. So if a subject is theoretical based calculation, can it be possible to avoid the theory? So first thing, theory based calculation paper. Don't avoid the theory. Take a hug about the theory. Take a hug with theory. You must have to you must have to invest a balanced time. Your love with theory and calculation both. So that's the important one. So another point is the theory. Same point. Students only concentrate on calculation, but 55 to 60% theory. PSM is a regular part of practice. Very important. What I said, majority of the students of AFM, majority of the students practice the question of PSM last 10 days of the before the exam. This is the blunder. Don't do that. From the day one, you have to practice the questions with PSM. For example, you first cover the advanced investment appraisal, first topic APV. Attempt the exam question with PSM. That's a key point. PSM is the regular part of the practice. It's not an isolation. That's important. Be honest. Cover complete syllabus area. Be honest. Quality. I don't suggest to attempt 100 of questions. Even I don't suggest to attempt the revision kit. Only focus the past paper from September 18 to till now. From September 18 till now, all past paper, only the past papers with all the past paper questions with professional skill, including time management, smart techniques, all these things. Very important. Past paper is actually for the purpose to get experiences, to put your efforts as experimental phase. Put your efforts for experimental phase and get experience. Majority students what they are doing, the guesswork. The past paper means something guesswork. Searching the thing in the past papers, what will happen in the future? Oh, for God's sake. Past paper is actually about to get experience. Go for the examination hall. For that reason, whatever the knowledge I have, whatever experience I have made with the past papers. So based on that experience and my knowledge, I will attempt the paper and qualify the exam. That is the approach. All the professional level exam having very limited marks for rote learning. Important point is that application of knowledge. Application of knowledge means whenever you write the concept, connect with the case. That's a point. Very important point. Why, if you wanted to register with my course, why with me? Number one, Alhamdulillah, I've been engaged with the Platinum Status College in Pakistan since last 15-16 years. And the Platinum Status College having a precedent that's having always the result more than the global passing rates. So Alhamdulillah, my students having the passing ratios more than the global and also got the distinction as I have already mentioned earlier. Okay, these are the past papers. Now the past paper analysis. Past paper details. Very carefully. These are the past paper till now available with the CB format. With the CB format, these past papers are available. 8 past papers. Specimen exam till AFM March-June 2022. With the CB format. I strongly suggest whenever you are attempting any question with these past paper, attempt with CB format. These 6 papers are not available with the CB format, but available with the PDF format. So whenever you are attempting these right hand side past exam papers of 6 past exam papers like AFM March 20, you have to attempt with the blank CB format or at least with Excel and MS Word, not with manual paper. I'm totaling the paper 8 plus 6, 14 past papers is too much to attempt. It's too much for practice. Sir, all these past papers available with professional skill marks? No. ACCA having these 3. ACCA published with your ACCA portal. AFM Practice Exam 2, March-June 21. That is with PSM. P1 March-June 19 with PSM. AFM Specimen September-December 20. These are with PSM. Rest of the exams without PSM. Sir, if not available without PSM, sorry, if these majority papers are not available without it's not available the PSM, that how to handle? So you can cover these things with the Kaplan kit or the BBP kit. It's available. Otherwise, my course is very updated. Majority of my practice questions available with all professional skill marks. Alhamdulillah. From September 18 till March-June 22, almost all of the questions with the digital, means with the recorded version, digital version, available with the professional skill marks. So not to worry about who have already registered. I will upload the things accordingly. And the students who wanted to register with my course, do let me know accordingly. Contact me on the WhatsApp. So if you registered with my course, that's you will get the complete course notes, the brief course notes. Number 1. Number 2, selected suggested answers. What does that mean? Some of the answers are the model answers. ACC answers are the model answers. But I have crafted a lot of answers that student caliber with professional skill marks. I have past paper banks, digital past paper banks with professional skill marks. Alhamdulillah. You have to cover this. You have to arrange the Kaplan study text and selected technical articles, which I will refer accordingly. That is the course material. You people normally have 11 weeks to cover the syllabus before the exam. Out of that, out of 11, 9 weeks for preparation, 2 weeks for revision, and week for last week for mock and debriefing and revision. That is the point. So this is what about the detailed orientation, very detailed. It's not only about the orientation, it's about, I started the session with the point. The agenda is to provide the direction, right direction towards the AFM success. So I hope that I have done the things successfully, Alhamdulillah, and you have got an idea that how to handle the things accordingly. This is what about the picture that's for your motivation. In the real world, it's not possible that if anything that's made by the human being, it's difficult. All about how much time you are investing with the right direction. If these people can do, I mean, this person run the bicycle, this and playing the tennis with on the wheelchair, so we can do a lot. So we can start the AFM journey with inshallah with the success. So that is all about the orientation session. If you wanted to coordinate, if you wanted to get any more things, you can contact me on the WhatsApp accordingly. My WhatsApp number I'm mentioning here, 0092 321 8271784. 0092 321 8271784. That's my WhatsApp number. You can contact me through the WhatsApp during office hours. So that is all done from my side. That's the end. If you have any question, you can ask me. Even taking the live session, you can ask me. Or if you wanted to ask something after watching the video, you can coordinate me on the WhatsApp. I strongly suggest that if you have completely watched all the session, so do comment about this session. Actually, I want a constructive feedback. What the things you have achieved, or is this valuable for you, or you can rate the session out of 10. It depends on you, whatever the rate you need to assign accordingly. But be constructive, be constructive. So thank you very much from my side. I really appreciate if you provide a constructive feedback in terms of written format, in terms of the numbers out of 10. That's very good. So thank you very much about this. Take care a lot. Assalamu alaikum. If you have any question, you can ask me accordingly. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.